This isn't another algorithm tweak. It's the biggest shift in how Google makes money. And in 2026, it's going to decide which businesses grow and which disappear. If your marketing still works the old way, you might not even show up where your customers are looking. For the first time in 25 years, Google is changing how it makes money. For decades, it was simple. They showed ads, got paid when people clicked, and made over $200 billion a year. But then AI tools like ChatGPT came along, and people stopped typing short searches like best plumber near me. Now they ask full questions like, I'm building a house, what's the best plumbing company near me in Brisbane? Look, that's not a search anymore, it's a conversation. So Google had a choice, stick with the old model or adapt fast. And obviously they chose to adapt, even if it meant breaking the system that made them rich. Google is rebuilding search with something called AI mode. By the end of 2025, it'll be fully rolled out. Instead of showing 10 blue links, AI mode gives people one clear conversational answer that lets them ask follow-up questions like they're talking to a real assistant. Here's where everything changes. Ads are now part of that conversation. They're not just keyword-based conversations anymore. Google's AI listens to what people are saying and fits your product or your service naturally into that chat. So if someone says, I'm training for a marathon and need a good pair of shoes for under $300, Google might recommend a shoe brand on the spot without the person ever visiting a website. Over 100 million people are already using AI mode, and Google is quietly adding more ad formats behind the scenes. That means your business will soon compete inside conversations, not just search results. If ads aren't based on keywords anymore, what does Google look at? Well, it looks at intent, what people actually want, not just what they type anymore. So I'll give you an example for this. Imagine someone searches, I run a plumbing company and need a ute that fits all my tools but isn't expensive to run. Google's AI understands they're a small business owner, price conscious, and focused on reliability. So even if they never say Toyota Hilux, Google will still show them utes from brands that market themselves as made for tradies. That's intent, and it's now what drives results. So if your website hasn't been updated, your reviews are mixed, or your copy doesn't match what people are really asking for, you're training Google to skip you entirely. You're basically telling the system, I'm not what people want, so just ignore me. All right, so your Google Ads account doesn't just run ads anymore. It trains Google AI. Every click, every call, every conversation teaches the system what kind of customer you actually want. Think of it like this. Your ad account used to be where you managed campaigns. Now it's an education platform. When you upload customer lists, track leads, and link your sales data, you're showing Google what a good customer looks like. Now, over time, it learns and gets smarter. It's like compound interest. Small improvements add up week after week until one day your cost per lead has dropped in half. Not because of luck, but because of the AI finally understanding your audience. And look, here's some of the proof. Advertisers using Google smart bidding strategies see around 20% more conversions at the same cost. They stopped micromanaging and started feeding Google better data overall. Now you might be watching this and thinking, I don't even run Google Ads. Does this still matter? Well, yes, it does, because Google's AI also reads your brand. What it does is it looks at your website, your reviews, your blog posts, and your social media to build a profile of who you are and whether people trust you. If your website hasn't been updated in years or your reviews are just inconsistent, you won't be invisible, but you'll be filtered out. And look, here's the even scarier part. 44% of Gen Z skip Google completely and go straight to AI tools like ChatGPT to research businesses. That means your brand needs to show up in AI conversations, not just in the rankings. All right, so here's the bottom line. Google is changing how it makes money, and AI mode is rewriting the rules of search. Keywords are out. intent is in. Your ads train the AI, and your brand reputation shapes how often you're seen. And look, this isn't a small tweak. It's a complete rewrite, and it's happening right now and in towards 2026. The businesses that win are the ones that adapt early, keep their content fresh, and make their message clear. If you wait until everything rolls out, you'll be too late. Once Google AI decides who's the best brands, it's almost impossible to replace them. So don't wait for the future, start prepping for it right now. And look, here's the truth. Google isn't just updating its algorithm, it's changing how people find, compare, and buy from businesses. This isn't something to panic about though, it's just something that you need to start planning for. If you start early, this shift won't hurt your business, it'll grow it. I'm Cam Heasman, thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one.